So now, if you have nexus in a state, now you need to think about exemptions and whether or not the transaction in the state is actually one that you have to collect tax on if you have nexus in the state. And when we think about exemptions, we group those into a couple of categories. The first are exempt transactions, exempt purchasers, then we have exempt use, and then we have exempt items or products or services. So we're going to talk through some of the most common types of things in each of those categories. Oops. So when we think about an exempt transaction, these are when we have a transaction that is just by the nature of the transaction, it makes it not subject to tax. And the most common of this is the resale exemption. So when we think about going back to that definition of sales tax is imposed on the retail sale. It's on the sale to the end consumer. Therefore, a resale is simply an excluded transaction that is not within the confines of the sales tax structure. And the ultimate sale is just taxed at the retail selling price. So I don't have a pyramiding of tax like I have in a VAT structure, although in VAT it doesn't really pyramid because I get a credit for the tax that I paid on the prior transaction. Now, in order for the resale exemption to apply, it generally must become part of the product being sold. So either if I buy something and I'm reselling it exactly as I bought it, I'm a grocery store and I buy a box of cereal. With that cereal, I'm going to sell it just as a box of cereal. Or maybe I buy some different ingredients. So I buy some mayonnaise, I buy some cabbage, I buy some carrots, I buy some vinegar, and I'm going to turn that into coleslaw. So in order for the all of those four ingredients, they become part of the product that is being resold. Generally, in order for that to apply, for the resale exemption to apply, it needs to be tangible personal property. And it needs to be, I've got the word taxable there, but what I really mean is it's part of the tax base. So it is something that is going to be subjected to the evaluation of tax. It might be exempt. So just because I'm doing food, if I am in a state that exempts food, doesn't mean that I can't buy the food exempt for resale. Now, in order to claim that exemption, you must issue or if you are the buyer, you must issue, and if you are the seller, you must collect an appropriate resale exemption certificate or resale certificate in order to not charge tax.